welcome to another episode of Real Talk with Shawn Smith. On today's episode is a Other Testimony Talk Series edition episode, and I have a guest, and he's going to introduce himself.
Yo, what it is, you know what it is. It's your man KingMusa. How y'all all doing? I don't really know what I'm supposed to tell y'all about myself, but my name is Musa Bailey. I'm a public relations and social media major at Stephen F. Austin State University in Nacogdoches, Texas. So, yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
I'm
little bit about
happy.
myself.
Yeah, I'm happy to have you on this episode.
Yes,
So
sir.
tell me, man, when did you give your life to the Lord?
When did I give my life to the Lord? My life has always been the Lord. I grew up in the church all my life. Being in that hedge of protection is something that is wonderful. I think I was protected. I was spoiled. I was always at church Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Oh yeah, and then Sunday. But then going to college, that was the time that things started to take a turn in a sense. Ideally, church was it was church. Like I found myself condemning a lot of my friends by my senior year. I lost a lot of friends just because over the years they kind of told me, hey, like you was very judgmental. You was very like, mean, and that type of Christian. And so I told the Lord, like, bro, like I don't like that. Like that's not the version of Christian that I believe in. That's not the version that I know. Like that's the version that church teaches me. Um, and so I was like, bro, like I still believe in you, but I'm taking a break. Like I'm just gonna go to college and do my thing. Um, that wasn't such a good idea. Things went our way in the beginning, and then at the end we started losing everything. Um, then we hit rock bottom. So at this point I'm out of school, I'm out of my relationship. Me and my family we're fighting and stuff. And the only thing I could turn to was the Lord. And there was a summer camp that I always go to every year. Um, Now as a counselor, called Stony Creek Ranch. So I go there and just spend time with God, take care of kids, things like that. And at this time, I'm gonna try to like keep things kind of tight. Me and my ex went through an abortion, and that was hard on me because that was like one of my longest relationships or whatever. Um, but in that time was whenever it was like, all right, God, I've lost everything, everything, and unless unless I'm losing my life, like I pick you, like I can only choose you. And that morning, it was like 5 a.m. I'm at the summer camp, and he tells me to take a walk to the lake. And at the lake, they have like this cathedral, like this cross and everything, outside theater type stuff. Um, and so he's like, go to the cross, go to the cross by the lake. I was like, bet. But it's 5 a.m. It's pitch black. We're in the woods. We got like spiders, snakes, deers that are taller than me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know about that, God. Like the sun gonna be up in about an hour. I can go there real quick. Come wake up my kids for 7. We go eat breakfast for 8. Like my way. He's like, nah. Like you say you trust me, so you got to do it like my way. Like if you do you believe in me, you trust me. And I was like, yeah, but I trust you. I don't trust outside. Like we got snakes, bro. We killed a snake 2 days ago. What are you talking about? You know. But he's like, I had a flashlight. Mind you, I'm working at a summer camp, so we got flashlights with the kids. You know that cheap flashlight you get at the dollar store that's not that
Yeah.
bright. It's kind of dim. Right. So I had one of those. So he's like, "What you got in your hand?" I was like, "I got this dim flashlight." He's like, "Can you see with it?" I was like, "Bro, I can only see my next step. Literally, like this dim little light. I can only see my next step." He said, "That's all you need because your faith is just like that flashlight. Um, it's not that bright, and you can only see your next step. So this is why you struggle. But I need you to trust me, and that's all you need. All I need you to know is to be able to see your next step and go. Everything else around, you don't have to worry about it." So I start taking the walk, and he's like, "Talk to me as I'm taking this walk." And as I'm talking, I'm playing the victim. God, I'm mad about her. God, I'm mad about my mom. I'm mad about my dad. I'm mad about being adopted. I'm mad at my sibling. I'm going through the whole list of people who I'm mad at, who I felt like did me wrong. And he started asking me, he was like, did she know that? Like, did she know the Lord Um, before you, like did she know? No. Did you show her? No. So she just went through this whole experience with nothing, right? I was like, yeah, you're right. He's like, you're mad at your dad, but was his dad better than him? Did his dad do more than what he did? You know? And I'm like, no, you're right. So his example wasn't better. You mad at your mom? Was her example better? No. So he's going through this list of showing me that people's lives aren't as perfect as we expect it to be. So, you know what I'm saying? We can't blame them. We can't be mad at them. We can't be, victimizing ourselves. So by the time I'm making it to the cross, mind you, I'm in tears now. I'm crying. Like I'm praying now for the people who I was just claiming I was a victim to, like I'm praying for my dad, I'm praying for my sisters, I'm praying for my brothers and my mom and everybody. And I'm sitting there like, dude, I see the struggle. I see the problem. You see what I'm saying? And in that moment at the cross, bro, I let everything go. It's like, bro, once we walk away from here, all that hurt, all that pain, all that sorrow, all that victimizing, it's here. And I don't know what to do with my life. I've already did everything I wanted to do. It didn't go the way I planned it. I've seen myself fail. So at this point, all I can do is trust you. Because if I trust myself, I'm gonna be right back here in rock bottom. And I'm sick of it. So if I'm sick of it, we gotta do something about it. And so after that, we gave our life to the Lord again and met brothers in Chi Alpha and it took off from there. Just kept walking. And the walk ain't easy, but I love it. I ain't gonna cap with you. I wouldn't do anything else.
Yeah. So, as a Christian, do you still listen to secular music?
Yes. I do work in the radio station. I do a lot of social media and stuff like that. But personally, I do listen to secular music. If you're asking me my opinion about should Christians listen to secular music, um, I will say everything is in moderation. And if all you're doing is listening to secular music, if the first thing you want to turn on in the morning is secular music, like you're just getting your day started, you're ending your day, and it's all in the world. You're part of the world. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know what to really say, but for me, I know I have to wake up to gospel music. I can't start my day without getting some good old gospel. At the end of the night, I gotta listen to gospel. It just sounds better. It feels better. I can go to sleep better. Like it sounds better. But when I'm outside, when I'm, just hanging out, if I'm studying, things like that, I'll throw on some rap, things like that. But it's not in the sense that it's chanting, it's yelling, I'm finna say every lyric and stuff. Um and the way I see it, like if you ask me where do I get that understanding from, um, is at the end of the day, like we know that Jesus went to festivals. We know that he ate with sinners and tax collectors and things like that. It is not the outside that defiles a person; it's the inside. So if the rap music that's going inside of me makes me start doing things that are according to the rap songs, then yeah, I should probably detox from that. I should probably start cutting it out of my diet. You see what I'm saying? But if I know that I'm having a healthy balance of, meat, carbs, and vegetables, I think it's fine. Sorry for the analogy change.
Yeah, the rap music today, I tell you, Sexy Red, Gorilla, and all them, they ain't not that good to listen to. They are
Right.
demonic.
Right. And you gotta ask yourself, why are you listening to that? Why are you listening
Yeah.
to that? And for me, like there's still a side of me that I'm in the world. I try not to be of the world. I'm not perfect by all means. I'll be the first one to say on Judgment Day, Lord, I am a sinner. But what I'm getting at is the fact that there are going to be times that I'm around those people. I listen to my gospel music and I can play my gospel rap. And there's just going to be times I don't want to listen to either. I just want to listen to rap. Um, and you have to understand what you're listening to and why. Like it's a maturity thing. I definitely think so. Like if you're a beginning Christian and you're really getting into this and you don't understand your triggers, you don't understand how these things are affecting you, I think you do have to be a little bit more aware that, hey, I probably shouldn't be eating this. It's the same thing you do with a little kid, like a baby. You wouldn't have your baby listening to rap music. You listen to the ABCs. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you got to feed the things that kind of fit you at the time.
Yeah, man, it can be tough from the beginning. That's why we definitely got to listen to God's voice. You
Yes,
know,
sir. Yes, sir. But what?
and
Let's talk
they
about the
can
other
be,
side though. Let's
huh?
talk about the other side. Let's talk about the other side though. I know a lot of times like on Christian podcasts we'll talk about how bad it is to listen to secular music, but I think it's time to start telling the good side. Like, what's the good side of listening to gospel music? Like for me, I grew up with old school parents, so those old hymns, those old gospel songs, all of that, I'll turn it on right now. Like I was listening to Mary Mary and all of that. Um, and the beauty of listening to gospel music, especially like for me in the morning, I can't do anything but listen to gospel music. Um,
You
yep,
listen to the our type of, I know nowadays the young people nowadays they will listen to the contemporary Christian music, like Maverick City and all
yeah,
that.
y'all keep
And
that.
I love,
Y'all can keep that.
I'm not gonna lie, I do love contemporary Christian music too. Because contemporary Christian music go hard too, and gospel music. So I listen to both genres. So,
I mean, to each his own. I definitely think it's whatever you're interested in. But for me, like, if you're listening to rap, I'm not gonna put you into contemporary music. That's worship. Like I like to listen to praise. I like to listen to something that's gonna get me thank you, Lord. All of that. But it's the fact that you're hearing this, you're hearing hope, you're hearing truth, you're hearing love, you're hearing goodness, and just you're hearing the experiences of people who've been through something. Trust the Lord and watch it come through. So in the times where you're not feeling like good enough, when you're not feeling like, man, this situation is gonna overtake, when you feel like giving up and you throw some gospel music on, i
oh
promise
yeah,
you i
it hit
promise you
you
the
hard
hope, the
though.
love, everything. So to me, like I won't even fight. I don't like telling other Christians or anybody what not to do. Don't listen to Christian. I mean, don't listen to rap music. I don't care what you do. But if you're gonna do something and you're going through something, why don't you try listening to some gospel music, right? So I try to tell people, bro, you gotta add more Jesus. Don't try to clean the cup out. We ain't got time for that. Like it's still gonna be dirty on the inside regardless. We gotta pour more Jesus in. All that nasty stuff is gonna boil the stuff out, man. You ain't even gonna care about listening to rap music anymore. You're literally gonna be like,
Yeah,
I'm
it
listening to
will
this. Like it
come
feels
to
good.
now. It would definitely come to now. All we have to do is pray for them. That's what we
Yeah.
would have to do is pray for them. And it will come to their conscience. That they
Mm-hmm.
spirit will grieve when they listen to that music. And they like, oh, I'm convicted. I can't listen to this type of music no more. I can't listen to sex and all that drugs and all that they talking about having multiple sex partners and killing
Well,
and all that.
and the significance about that, like I completely agree with you. The significant thing about that, it's not this magical potion where it's gonna be like, oh, I don't want to listen to stuff no more. No, you're gonna start realizing there's certain things that it's like drama. You've ever been around some people who's like just got drama all the time? They always got somebody to talk about.
So,
Rap music and all that secular music will end up becoming distasteful. You're gonna be like, bro, like that's womanizing.
yeah.
That's misogynistic. It's you start to see the heart behind the person and behind the music that they're making, and you start feeling sorrowful. Like for me, like Kevin Gates used to be somebody I used to listen to back in 2020, right? And I was going through some crazy stuff during that time. But now when I listen to Kevin Gates, I'm like, you're searching for love so much in all the wrong places, and look at the person you're becoming. You're becoming more of an animal than you are of a person. You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? And so I don't want to be animal like. Like I hear you whining, I hear you like simping, and I'm just like, bro, I don't want to hear that. Like I'm good.
Yeah. And the Lord convicted me because I know I had said this on my story that I was such a big fan of Beyonce.
Mm-hmm. You're part of
I
that
was
beehive.
all in for Beyonce. I would always get on people like, don't be talking about Beyonce. She clean B. She cannot do no wrong. And here I am, I'm idolizing this woman so much. I'm making her out to be a god. I'm like, that's idolizing. What I'm doing sit there worshiping this lady just because she famous and all that. That don't make
Right.
no sense. So yeah, I had to let go.
Yes, sir. But what was it like? What was it like letting go? Like it's one thing getting convicted and rejecting, like quenching the spirit. You know what I'm saying? God tell you, I need you to go get rid of that, and you're like, I don't know about that, God. That you, I don't think that's your voice. I don't want to hear that.
At
You know, but
first, it
on
was yeah, it was hard at first, because of everybody else. Everybody else a big fan. And I want to follow what everybody else doing, the latest trends and all that. But other than that, it's okay now. I don't really listen to her music like that. You know, I'm starting to listen to other music like gospel, Christmas music, of course.
Mhm.
Some Queen, but like I say, I will say this again: it's nothing wrong with listening to secular music, but long as it's clean secular music, uplift secular music. Music, or secular music based on friendship. It can be on love, but long as it's the right kind of love music, not no like I want to take you in bed and rock me. No,
Yeah.
It
Okay.
can
No, I
be a
see. I see.
positive secular music. Like some country music is positive. I love country music. It
Mm.
talks about life, family, and faith.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's
Um.
nothing wrong with. But I just don't want to sit there and idolize a artist. Making them out be a God, be putting them before our true and living God. And that's what people doing. People get so caught up in these celebrities and they want to be them so bad.
Yeah. Hey, it's tough out there. I definitely agree with you. But that's why we have to be a light back to Jesus. Like we just shine back to Jesus. Back to what we were saying before. Like I think when somebody is idolizing an artist, because I went through my phases. There was my time where I listened to J. Cole every day, and I'm just like, bro, this dude's talking about my life. All of this stuff, right? Or he's doing things in my life I wish I could be doing. Things like that. Um,
Yeah,
but it ended up becoming, this other side to where it's like, bro, you don't even know the light. Like the difference of what it's like to walk with Jesus. What it's like to love and not lust. What it's like to have um joy and not just happiness. Like joy to know that, man, my school is paid for, my housing is paid for, my dining is paid for. Like everything I need is already taken care of. Here's people who got to pay bills, go do this, go do that. I ain't got to worry about that. You see what I'm saying? So you start to humble and have this heart of gratitude as you turn towards Christ because you don't deserve anything. Um, but I mean, when we're spoiled, when we're in the world gives us everything we want.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So your appetite will end up just getting worse. Like
yeah,
you don't know what's good for you. You don't know what you actually like. You're just eating it because the culture says to eat it. You're
yeah,
you're you're in the Kendrick and Drake beef because the culture told you to be in the Kendrick
yeah,
and Drake beef. Do you see what I'm saying? But if you want some real beef, go catch Paul with them Jews. That's some real beef right there. Paul's in the middle of everybody, and he over here got to argue with these people. If you want some real drama, you see what I'm saying? So you got to ask yourself, what is my appetite for, and is there a healthy option provided for you when it comes to God? And there always is. So if you're
yeah,
struggling with it, and it's like, man, I love R&B music. We have Christian R&B. If you love rap music, we have Christian rap. It's
yeah,
already there, you know what I'm saying? But you got to ask yourself, like, why would I want to listen to it? Why would I want to listen to it? Why would I want to listen to it? It's the same thing you listen to the other, like music for. If you're saying I want to listen to the experience of a rapper, Lecrae will tell you his experience straight up. Like, man, people hating on me, people expecting me to do this. You know, he got featured on Kendrick's song, and he like, am I even supposed to be making a verse for this? You know, but Jesus died for the parties. You trying to watch the party die? You know what I'm saying? So it's stuff like that to where it's like, bro, if you want the healthy alternative, it's there. You just gotta
Yeah.
ask.
You know, we had to put that in our minds, you know. We get so caught up, you know, we want this and that. We want money. We want sex. We want to have multiple partners and all that. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
none of that stuff is going to fulfill us in this life. You know, and I know people want money so you can do anything that you want with it. But there's a reason why we can't get access to money. Because God knows what we will do with it.
That's true. That's actually
If
something I'm
we have a
experiencing right
lot
now.
of, huh?
I said that's something I'm experiencing right now. I was just on the phone with one of my brothers. In my job right now, I get to, I get clients and stuff like that for photography, for social media management, like all that good stuff. And I was talking to my brother, and I was like, bro, like I've been so used to living like Paul, where God provides everything that I need, that I don't have bills that I'm really worried about. So when somebody asks me, Musa, what's your price? What's your price? I'm lost. Like I don't even want to, you know, pick a price. And as we were talking about it, it was just like, bro, like number one, the love for money is not something that I want to find myself, indulging in. Number two, what's your value? You see what I'm saying? Money only brings value to something, and if you're doing it for the money, you lost your value. And then I have to put a price on myself. No, I just came here to do this. Like I just like recording, I like filming, I like podcasts, I like learning. You see what I'm saying? Um, so although we fight for money for so much, there are rich people who are, unhappy and unpleasant and
Yeah,
uncomfortable,
yeah,
even though they have money to get whatever they want, and they have everything they need and want and more than they can ask for. The money part isn't what it is. It's the love, it's the community, it's the care.
yeah,
Like money is only a resources. It's the same equivalent as my camera. Like my camera doesn't make the videos. It is just a tool that I use to make the video. So if God's gonna give you a tool, you gotta know how to use that tool. I don't know how to use it yet.
yeah. Yeah, but in this generation, of course, you know, they care about money and all that. They care about starting their own business. But the thing is, they don't care about their relationship with God and their salvation. Because the question is, when they die, where are they going to go eternally? Hell or heaven? Because if they don't
Well,
have no relationship with God, then what's next? You know, all they worry about things of this world, and that's why I
it,
be looking at on people's videos. They be talking about how to start up a business and all that, how to earn quick cash money and all that. I'm like, what about God? I mean, y'all gonna skip talking about God and talk about, I mean, what have y'all learned from the Bible? Like, come on.
I get it. I get it. And it's not just they, it's we, it's us, it's me. There's times where I'm sitting there, how can I make quick cash, but I think you did say the main part that's really important. It's that relationship with God, which is something I really appreciate, that not only it was taught to me, but I took the time to actually go explore, because it's not just where you're going when you die. Like I want to just take a step back with that one, because I understand, but right now I'm what, 22. I'm not thinking about when I die. You see what I'm saying? And so in a sense, I want to know, what is a relationship with God that has to do with my life today, my situation yesterday, my future tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? How is having God in my life going to bring that bigger of a difference? And the beauty of that, and I think I want to share this to everyone, is you may not know what a good father is on everything I love. There's nothing to compare. But if you have a real concept in your head of what a truly good, loving father is, one that just loves you, just cares for you, provides for you, protects you. I'm talking about he wants to spend every moment, every time, every day with you. That type of loving father, that's what it's like. So when you
Yeah,
got bills and stuff, your father takes care of it. When you got a
yeah,
situation and stuff, your father takes care of it. When you got something you don't know how to, you got emotional issues, your father takes care of it. So what I do, I just go to my father. You think I got an
yeah,
issue with you? No. I'm telling my dad. If you got a problem with me, I'm telling my dad. If you got a situation I gotta handle, I'm telling my dad. This is not just about me dying and where I gotta go after. No, it's the fact that this life is hard, and I have a older brother named Jesus who's already done it for me, and I can go to him and ask him, how do I handle this situation? And I have a father who's in heaven who's been here forever, and he's gonna tell me as a father should how I should be living my life. He's gonna guide me, he's gonna protect me, he's gonna discipline me, he's gonna encourage me, he's gonna uplift me, he's gonna love me, he's gonna spoil me. I promise y'all I'm the most spoiled person when it comes to being a child of God. Spoiled. Spoiled.
yeah. I would just put it in there up in there because you never know. Jesus might come back tonight or tomorrow. We don't even know. The way this world is happening, the way things that's going on. I
Mm-hmm.
tell you, but I would definitely be ready for sure. I would be the hell.
Yes,
That's
sir.
why I'm like this stuff, and I'm seeking marriage and Lord's will. Hopefully that will happen one day, and kids. But I definitely got to trust God on that. Cause I can't just get anybody that's out there just cause they cute on the outside, but on the inside you don't know what they do with.
Yeah.
Cause I
Yes,
tell
sir.
you, people just be rushing into relationships. Then they get married the next month or the third month. Then turn around, they get divorced. I'm just like, y'all be with the wrong partner.
Right. Right. And
Uh-huh.
that's a mistake we make consistently. But I think that actually pivots into our main topic today. Waiting on the Lord, um, is something that it's troubling. It's troubling. It really is troubling. I don't know how transparent and vulnerable I should be, but in a sense, waiting on the Lord, the best way I could give you an example of is if you had a kid, like really real talk, if you had a kid and you're just teaching your kid discipline, like you're making them wait, you telling them no, like all of that, like just I guess we'll dive into that, like what is it like to wait on the Lord?
Yeah. So you saying what it's like waiting on God?
Yeah.
At times it can be tough though. It can be really tough. Like right now, at my age, I thought, well, should I say my age? I was born in the 90s, okay? So,
He still got
um,
19 in his. That's crazy.
yeah, you was born what year? 2000 what?
Oh two.
Oh
Oh
02,
two.
okay, or the oh 02. Dude. But yeah, anyway, I thought at this age I was gonna be married and had kids. But it turns out it did not work out that way. And I
Right.
asked God this, why? Why? When I'm gonna get married and have kids, I see my friends, they got married and had kids. When my time gonna come? So I had to wait and trust God that to send me somebody. Cause he don't want me in here with the wrong person that's unequally yoked.
That's a question.
Yeah, cool. Go ahead.
What if God's like, nah, homie, you just not ready. Like you just I I know you better than you know yourself, and what she's gonna bring is gonna be good, yes. But there's some parts that of you that you haven't like healed, worked on. that you wouldn't be like you wouldn't take care of what I'm giving you, so I'm not gonna give it to you right now. Like, what if he says that?
Well, I had to have to do what he say.
Would
I
you
have
would
to
you
do,
would you accept
huh?
it? Like, for example, right? I'll give you an example. Um, my with radio and stuff like that, right? Um, I wanted to get to the point where I got my radio shows. I'm working with the presidents. I'm working with a dean. I'm working with athletics, fine arts, all of these different departments. This was in August when the school year started. Um, if God would have gave that to me then, which He gave me access to it, but He didn't fully say, "Oh, Musa, they're gonna be posting you on all the pages." You see what I'm saying? Um, if He would have gave me my position now as the SFA's like content creator versus just being the radio station student assistant, I wouldn't have been able to handle what I handle right now because I don't have the discipline, because I didn't have the confidence, because I didn't have the skill sets, because I didn't have the education that I learned in the semester. You see what I'm saying? All the things that he's like, I'm building these things up inside of you before I can even put you there. But if I put you there, you're gonna drop it. You're gonna fail. Like God gives us things so that we can keep it. He gives us things so that like you can handle it, you can manage it. I'm teaching you this so that you can manage it. And so on the side of yes, I'm just gonna follow what God says. If He tells me no, you got to actually explore that. You have to explore that. You have to be able to say, okay, God, like I think it's not talked about of asking God why, but in a sense, how, like just, okay, God, like how is this good for me? Because you got anger issues, because you know that you can't tolerate somebody telling you what to do, because you don't like somebody being in your personal space. All of these other reasons that He's like, I'm gonna work on these things inside of you so that when I give it
Um,
to you, you can handle it.
I had to learn. You know me. I'm ready for marriage. I'm ready to
Why?
be ahead. I've been wanting this ever since. To have my own
Why?
kids.
Why are you ready to be
Kids.
ahead?
I say I'm in because I'm a leader. I'm actually the only in the house and staying with a house full of women now. I'm ready to
I
take on that responsibility. So
could you
I can do.
do you think like as a leader you can also follow?
Yeah, I can also father too. So it
Right.
depends though, but
See? So the reason why I brought that up, it's not the fact that I think we do see the good side to where we're like, man, I want to be able to lead, I want to be able to have my household, I want to be able to control my situation, right? But God says the only thing we're supposed to control is ourselves. And have self-control. We don't control others. So in a sense, there will be times where she has her own dreams, passions, goals, and the
yeah.
the the difference of being able to listen and not force your own way and not, like just say, I don't care what you got going on. This is my house, my rules, and the way that I want things done. You see what I'm saying? Becomes very hard. Like imagine in God's situation, the marriage that we have with God, right? He loves us enough to where instead of it being His way, He has a book that tells you exactly how we're supposed to do this together. But instead of doing it His way, we fight every day about how we want to do it our way. You see what I'm saying? But as a patient, loving God, He waits on us. He, listens to us. He cares about us. He thinks about us. He puts us first. Majority of the time before His plan. Do you know the amount of people who could be Christian right now if God wanted His own way? You see what I'm saying? If He wanted to be the head, but because of His love, He's like, no, I'm not just gonna, just because I have autonomy over you, just because I can control you, doesn't mean I'm just gonna do it. That's not real love. So then in our marriages as men, we end up finding ourselves oh, because it's love, you got to do what I tell you. X, Y, and Z is my
You
husband.
know.
No, no, not at
No, and
all.
me, like I say, I stay real high for the women's, and I know what's up, you know. I would
Mm.
definitely, it should be 50-50, to be honest with you. Like, as far as, like, cooking, I think if we know how to cook, I think we should take turns to cook, you know. Just
Do you
like
like
me.
cooking?
Oh, yes, I will cook sometimes.
Well, no,
Shoot,
no,
I
like
was
that's I think, and this is the way I see it, right? Love, you do it because you care, you know. So if you love cooking and you love watching her eat your food, you could. If you want to see, you know, like it's not in the sense of I do this, like it's not duties. We don't. It's not duties. We
Yeah,
won't follow duties, right?
I was just saying that we all should pitch in around the
Yeah.
house, you know, taking care of the kids and all that. But long as the man works, you know, long as the men get out there and work, it's no such thing as a staying home dad. The dad should not stay home unless he's sick or something on medical leave. But the father the man got to get out there and work.
That's God. That's God's son. I can't tell. Somebody else's grace is different from my grace. If God says that person's completely okay to not work and that's how their
Yeah,
relationship is, amen.
because the man
I can't judge
supposed
that.
to provide, you know. The man supposed to provide. The woman don't supposed to provide, you know. The man, you the head
The
of the
Lord
house. So,
provides. The Lord.
huh?
Okay, so let me ask you this: the Lord provides. Watch this, right? Imagine
Yeah,
we're
the
both
Lord.
working. Wait, imagine we're both working, right? You and your wife are both working, right? You're trying to provide. You're doing what you're supposed to do, right? But out of humility, the Lord, can you hear me? There you go. Out of humility, the Lord humbles you and let her makes more money, right? Are you gonna give up on that and say, well, the man is supposed to provide, or are you gonna trust in the Lord and be like, the Lord provides?
Yeah, but I want to be out there working for my family, you know.
Yeah,
I
I
want
definitely
to
think you should
just
work.
work. Yeah,
Yeah.
even if she make more money, but still though, I want to be out there because that's how the way it should be, you know. I don't want to be no staying home dad. I don't think that's a good thing, you know.
For
That's
for for your yeah for definitely for yourself. I think there are some people it brings value to because like
yeah,
I know
because it's
I know some people.
yeah, it's like it just does not make no, you know, good
Okay, so what
reading.
about look at
Men
nurses, right?
supposed to, I was just saying that men supposed to be out there fighting the war and all that. The wife, if she want to be a stay-at-home wife, she can. That's on her. She can work or be a stay-at-home wife. That's up to her. But as far as the man, unless he have a business at home or something, it's all okay. But long as he's working. I don't want him to be, you know, I don't think a man should be playing no video games and not do nothing. I'm like, that's a no-no. It's like these women's, and that is the main problem in the black community, to be honest. These women take care of these men. You know, it just got to, that's a no-no out there. It's not, we was not made like that. We supposed to be out there like, fighting the war and all that.
Okay, let's go back to the beginning, right? Adam and Eve. Adam went to go name the animals. What did Eve go do?
So
She went
you
to go
had
find food, right?
You say she want to go find food, yeah.
Right. While he was naming animals, she was finding food, right? In a
But
sense, in, in a sense, like I definitely agree with the thing where I'm highlighting. There are some situations that we just have to let God control, right? And the situations that, for an example, COVID hit us. The nurses and doctors and all these people who are in the medical field, they were at work hard 24/7 breadwinning, providing for their families, and most of these were women, and the dude probably couldn't work, or there were situations where he was making less, or anything. You see what I'm saying? And I understand we traditionally we believe that the man is the head, the woman things like that.
Yeah.
But we got to look at the value of that, right? The principle behind it. The principle is not the fact that you do less, I do more, things like that. The principle is they are equal vessels, but I'm trying to find how the Lord explained it. Like they're like fine china in a sense, right? Like they're beautiful, they're delicate, and you're designed to care for them because of the caring nature they bring to your home. You see what I'm saying? So, in a sense, when we're bringing up the fact that you have these men who aren't really doing what they need to do, number one is the way that they're raised, but number two is the fact that what does it look like for a man to be in a home? What does it look like for a man to be providing? What does it look like for a man to be a father, to where you're creating other fathers? Like hopefully my son one day desires to be a father, that he wants to lead his house, but he understands that, like, I'm not just leading this house because it's my duty as a man. I'm leading this house because I want to protect and provide and care. I want to, like, I want you to live in my house so I can provide for you. I want you to come eat my food. I want you to come do these things. And I don't know, like, I feel like we get so stuck into traditions and, you know, all of these other things that I'm like, are you looking at the heart? Are you looking at the purpose behind why it's there, or we're just saying it because it's what we're used
Yeah,
to?
it's not about the tradition, but I feel like the men should get out there and work. No laziness and no playing like video games
It's a
and all.
proverbs, yo. It's
Yeah,
a
we should
proverbs.
be. Yeah, that's why I'm saying. I mean, it's not about with tradition. Cause me,
Mm.
it's our responsibility to like really take care of our family. We don't want to be no, deadbeat
Yeah.
father and all that. Then our wives and all that. Then our wives get to talk about, saying, "Oh, he not doing nothing. I'm doing all the work. I'm cooking and cleaning, and he there playing video games and all that. He probably be cheating on me." And I just don't want my wife to think of that because I would never cheat on my wife. I don't care about a lot of these other males can have multiple partners, but me, I'm a one man woman, so I'm not like that. I don't care about because all this stuff is not good. I don't see how people can have person having two more than one woman or more than one man. That's a no. We not sharing. True, I would. I hate to say, but I would kill somebody if they. I'm not sharing my wife. And if she that kind of, I'm be like, no.
Yeah. Man, it's tough. It's tough. I mean, even I think it was there was wasn't it in Habakkuk or something that dude had to marry a prostitute. Man, that's
Oh,
crazy.
well, you look at us having deep conversations. Look, you like Sean going hard.
Yeah, I like it. You picked some key topics. I love it.
Look, yeah, you see my story. We got to talk about God and all that. I tell people I can't be having people on the podcast promoting their music and all that. That's not of God. So I'm really making some changes because I don't want to get mixed feelings to my guests. To my audience, especially baby Christians. They watch it, they like, did you say on one episode we supposed to live right and we don't supposed to listen to that music, but on the other episode you had somebody on there promoting that music that you say not to listen to. Boy, they go hard on me though. And I pray by God saying I definitely need to make a change with the podcast. So,
Yes, sir.
yeah.
I mean, I've been through it, and to be honest, I had to pray when I saw your post about that. It was heart feeling. Like I felt every word that you put into it because I mean I work on content too. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
The hardest part I would say about content is you got to remember your why. Um, and I was nervous that you was actually gonna quit. I was like, God, like you can't have him quit.
Okay.
Like just give us the chance to talk, and I'll encourage him. But
No,
there's
this
still more
ain't
to it.
gonna happen. It was just it's gonna be a break. Season 2 will be coming in March. I
Hmm.
just need to take a break because you can be overwhelming with this, with our team and all that. It just can
Yep.
get overwhelming. So yeah.
I mean, and then it's really just, and you got to look at the grafting and the pruning. You got to look at the growth process. Like you learned this first time. It was just you was connecting, you was getting out there, and then now you're more aware of your content. Like making sure that it's aligning with your vision, aligning with who you want to be, and aligning with what your audience is expecting to receive. But another thing that you're gonna end up experiencing is this camera isn't this camera isn't no joke. It's the real you. It's half the time we as humans we're quick to forget. I'm quick to forget something I said, something I did, or something I was doing in a situation. But if it's on camera, it's recorded, it's seen, like it's public. You know what I'm saying? So you end up having to start walking set apart. You end up having to start walking, more Christ-like because your life is on display, and you can't, cause somebody else to stumble. But not to say we'll be perfect, but you got like is what you did. Like you fessed up to it. You took acknowledgement for it. You took responsibility for it, and you know that the Lord was gonna lead you the way that He needed to lead you. So I say enjoy the process. I think you're the good comments and the bad comments are all equivalent the same. They're both good. If somebody's telling me something about my content isn't matching what I'm saying, then I'm like, all right, cool. Like I appreciate that. That's a indicator that lets me know that I'm getting too caught up in the trends and in the views and trying to get people to watch instead of the purpose of why you're watching my message, the platform that I'm giving God. You see what I'm saying? Um, and that's what he had to just let you know. That's what he had to tell you, and he's gonna pull you closer. That's what I love about God. He's just gonna come here, come here. It's man, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I definitely appreciate you for being on this episode.
Yes, sir. I
Thanks for
appreciate
taking,
you.
thanks for taking out the time. I know this was a deep conversation. Agree, you disagree.
Hey, that's the best part. And I appreciate you for allowing me to be on here and just taking the time to listen, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I know I had to go because I have a other person there.
Yeah, he grinding, he working. Yes,
He keep
sir.
saying I'm grounded.
I love it. That's what it's about. Hey, keep going. Don't stop. Like, collect. You're on collection stage right now. Collect as many interviews as you can, right? And then after that, you start clip farming. You're going to just start trimming, 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 trimming. And if you need any help, bro, I'll help out however way I can.
Okay. So, would you like to, before I'm just going to say this, I appreciate y'all for watching this episode of Real Talk with Shawn Smith. Be sure to catch new episodes every Friday on YouTube and subscribe to Real Talk with Shawn Smith's YouTube channel. What can they find you on social media?
Yes. Hey, follow me on all platforms at KingMusa, KingMusa 428. You see this right here? King Musa, that's exactly how you spell it. Just add 428. I'm on all platforms: Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, X, all of that. All of that. Snapchat, all that. So connect with me, get with me. You want to hear some morning motivation, all of that stuff. We got it going.
Okay. Okay, y'all. Would you like to close us out in the word of prayer?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Lord, thank you for the opportunity. Like I said, for just this time to praise your name. Lord, when you said when two or three are gathered, you're present. And I just ask that, all the things that were said in this podcast not just fall on deaf ears, and deaf eyes, but gives a chance to, produce fruits of, 30-fold, 60-fold, and, 100-fold of who we're supposed to be and how we draw closer to you, God. Lord, you're good. Lord, you're merciful, and you continue to show us grace in each and every moment. As long as we trust that we are your sons and daughters as children of God, everything is taken care of and works out for our good. In your son Jesus, I pray. Amen.
Amen. Appreciate you. And matter of fact, I love you, man.
I love you too, man. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So take care, man. And keep in touch.
All right, man. I appreciate you. Let me know anytime you want me back on. This was exciting.
Okay, then. Bye. Take care.
Bye.